Welcome to issue 320 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here we take a good look at that most critical piece of the game, the Thunderbolts. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled heroes, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called rogue agents intent on thwarting them. I'm one of your hosts, Maka, and with me tonight is Daniel.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Daniel. Long time no talk.
How are you? I know.
I'm doing
Actually,
thunderific.
Thunderific, great. It was wonderful hanging out with you on Monday.
This
past Monday, playing a little Arkham. Loved it.
Yep. And also, who did not join us in Arkham, our fearless leader, Steve.
Chris, how's it going?
I'm doing good.
We did hang out yesterday, though, and played Marvel without Daniel. So
for a very long time, we did.
Yes, we did.
I was worried that was going to happen, and I had to get Elsa to school by 6:45 this morning, and I was just like, oh, I'm not hanging with these chumps till 1 a.m.
It would have been after that if had you joined us.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are we gonna do? What are we doing?
I don't know. It seemed to me like the opening part had changed a little bit, so I'm kind of confuzzled.
All right, so we are turning our attention to a very special corner of the Marvel Universe, because in this issue, and the ones to come for the next several weeks, we are asking a simple question. When justice strikes like lightning, who's really holding the thunder? Because today, we're going to start our look at the Thunderbolt modular sets. We have lots of them. And they are a team built on secrets, second chances, shifting loyalties. We will explore whether they are truly heroes, whether they are villains, or are they just something far more interesting, and why we can't help but love them for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, Daniel, this is a part of the show where usually we ask you a question, but we're not going to, are we?
We're not, but can I ask a question of Chris?
Sure.
I'm all ears.
All right. Well, Chris, when you read our intro, you said, we'll discuss those poorly understood characters unfairly labeled heroes. What's happening? You're going to talk about Thunderbolts? I thought they were a modular set in our game.
Well, they are. They're actually, Thunderbolts are let's call them heroic-esque.
Are you saying there's moral ambiguity in this game we play?
There is just a little bit. Not much, mind you. It's at a low level, but so the Thunderbolts are a modular set, but there's also a variety of stronger elite Thunderbolt minions spread throughout the game and various packs that they gave us. And that is all part of the the Thunderbolts encounter set. And with Citizen V, you get to go fight a random set of them, and they've got a lot to choose from, so a lot of variety in our game.
So Steve, Chris is here to talk about all of them?
No, what we were going to be doing for the next 10 shows, is we're going to have a special Thunderbolt guest come on, or just a special guest. And we are going to podcast like lightning here because Chris is going to tell us all about the Extreme Risk modular set. And then in 2 days on Thursday, you can hear Jim come on and talk to us all about a different Thunderbolt modular set. And then again on Tuesday and Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday until we get through all of our modular sets that are elite Thunderbolt focused sets.
Now, Steve, can we refer to them as our Thunder guests?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chris is our Thunder guest.
I'm currently sitting on my Thunder throne.
I hope that means what I think it does.
And during those shows, we're going to try to keep them. We're going to try to keep them shorter. We're going to skip some what's on your mind tonight, and all this banter. Oh, banter! Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to stay a little focused because you are going to be getting 2 shows a week from us. So, well, maybe we should get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
I would be happy to tell you all about the Thunderbolt known as Joystick, if you're ready for it.
Game on. Go.
All right.
Nice, Steve.
Thanks.
So Joystick, a.k.a. Janice Olivia Januszewski. She first appeared in The Amazing Scarlet Spider #2 in October 1995. Now, there's really no information about the early life of her or much about how she got her powers. What we do know is that her father was a degenerate gambler who always told the family, always have a card to play. Before she left for college, however, She did actually help a mob boss in stealing money from her father that her father owed, and in return, her life would be spared. So she basically stabbed her dad in the back to help this mob boss off.
Well, and to keep herself alive, right? I mean,
well, yeah.
Okay.
No, not a lot of family bonding here. Okay. So then she went off to the University of Arizona to lead a quiet, normal, boring life. And like halfway through college, she just realized how awful and boring this was. So she decided to just leave to go live an exciting life and go become an adrenaline junkie. And so she dropped out. She disappeared. And then about 3 years later, she returned to the scene with the name Joystick, and she had all these enhanced physical abilities and powers. And so she, coupled with her desire to be an adrenaline junkie, she started working as a mercenary, fighting all these superpowered beings just to keep up that rush. We don't really know how she got her powers, other than somehow the Grandmaster is involved in this. Somehow he gave her her powers, whether it's all of them, some of them, it's never really clear.
That's Jeff Goldblum, right?
In the MCU, yes.
Okay.
So in her first appearance, Joystick was part of this organization called The Great Game. And what it is actually sounds exactly what would happen if there were actually superpowered beings in our world today. People bet on them. They would get them into fights and bet on who would win. So they sent out these people to go fight other super beings, heroes or villains, and fight, and they bet to see who would win. So in her time with The Great Game, she was fighting people like Scarlet Spider, El Toro Negro, and the Green Goblin when he was kind of like being a hero. So she did that for a while, but then she, as villains do, they often lose and disappear and go away for a while. Then she joined the Master of Evil under the Crimson Cowl's watch. So she was part with the Crimson Cowl. They were doing some kind of massive extortion scheme, and she actually was defeated by the Thunderbolts.
Okay.
But later, she went back to the Great Game, and she was sent to go fight Namor, Mr. Fantastic, and the rest of the Thunderbolts with a couple other superpowered, Polestar and Tremolo. And they were in the middle of fighting, but the council, the gaming council of the Great Game, didn't like how things were going. So unbeknownst to the three Great Game players, they actually had bombs on them. You know, superpowered mercenaries with bombs on them. Doesn't sound at all familiar. And so they were going to blow them all up and kill everybody there. Given that, Joystick ended up helping Mr. Fantastic try to disarm them, but it didn't work. And they all blew up and blew up most of the UN. But you'll notice that, Mr. Fantastic is still kicking. So as you can guess, nobody actually died in this explosion. Magically, they were all able to stay alive. They saved themselves. Everything's good. All right. So a little bit later, Joystick comes back again. This time, though, she joins the Thunderbolts. Doesn't get along well with the group. They don't like her. She doesn't like them. And eventually, she actually attacks and takes down Speed Demon. And when she attacks him, it was revealed that she's actually working with the Grandmaster, because the Grandmaster is trying to steal Citizen V's moonstones. So
is that a euphemism?
No, it's very powerful, mystical, cosmic artifact that Citizen V had.
Okay.
So she turns against the Thunderbolts and attacks, and they're going toe to toe. And at one point, it looks like Citizen V kills the Grandmaster. Spoiler alert to anybody who didn't realize this: he doesn't actually kill the Grandmaster. But Joystick then gets taken out by Speed Demon, who she had previously taken out, and she was thrown out. She was thrown into jail in Prison 42 in the Negative Zone, and that is the sad, quick tale of Joystick.
Oh, okay.
But real quick, so about her superpowers, again, very vague and nebulous, and not really sure how she got them. She's super strong. She can lift about 10 tons. Ben Reilly said she was one of Peter Parker's clones said she was about as strong as him. She's got super speed. She was able to keep up or maybe even exceed Speed Demon. She's got super stamina, super durability, agility, reflexes, etc.
I call that the basic hero package.
Effectively, yeah. It's It's your Kmart level of superpowers. Here you go.
It is. This is your initial kit as a super. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got something she calls her pure action mode, which kind of like kicks it up a notch, like, slams on the nitrous oxide in the Fast and the Furious movies or whatever to give you that extra boost.
Now, Chris, does she know all the finishing codes in Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis?
I've got to believe she does.
Okay.
And the only other item I would say about her is you'll notice in a lot of the artwork she's got like 2 energy batons. She wears like some gauntlets that generates these energy batons that she swings or she throws around, or if she smashes them together, they'll project like a concussive force beam to take out her enemy.
Are those her joysticks kind of thing?
Effectively, yes.
Okay. I was curious about the name, but all right.
Yeah. So she's just, 20-something adrenaline junkie that somehow got superpowers, just general superpowers and energy batons, and just goes around as a mercenary beating people up, trying to kill people for money or doing whatever to get a rush.
And how long is she a member of the Thunderbolts?
Like we're talking matter of issues.
Okay.
Not very long, because she joins them for a while and then she betrays them.
So she's a short timer.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2 to 3 issues. I may be wrong, but I believe in my research I want to say it was like Thunderbolts 24 through 26 or something like that.
Did she ever have like a hero moment? Is there a reason in your intro you talked about these heroes?
She really doesn't.
Okay, good. I like her even more then.
Even when she was helping to defuse Mr. Fantastic, defuse the bomb, she wasn't like, "Oh my God, no, I've got to join you heroes to save myself." She's kind of like, I guess I will. Or they would use the reverse psychology. Oh, I bet you can't do this. And being the competitive, hyper fixated on victory adrenaline junkie she is, that would be enough to get her to do something.
Dude, she fell for that one?
One time she did, but she did comment the second time of like, yeah, I fell for that once. I'm not going to do it again.
Fair.
She's just in it for the dopamine, right?
She's in it for the kicks.
She just wants the rush.
Hey, it's Scott. Hey, Scott.
Kids today, man. I mean,
yeah,
kids today.
with their tactics and their Instagrams and stuff. It's just
and their joysticks
and their face pages.
Villainy.
Yeah,
their energy batons, and I mean, not like back in my Minion days.
Kids these days, they won't get off their AOL. God. I know
those digital video games and their joystick controllers.
They're always sending out them electronic emails,
playing their Pokemans.
You've got mail.
Anyways, I think we're losing track here.
I'll fax you guys some other ideas I have for this bit.
Okay, good. Chris, thank you for that interesting piece about Joystick. I had no idea who she was prior to seeing it in the game. So let's talk about some cards, okay? We get Joystick in the back of the Shuri pack. Wave 9, 6 total cards, only 4 by title, and that works out pretty well with our numbers. Chris, why don't you tell us all about Joystick herself?
Sure. Joystick is a unique minion with the Elite and Thunderbolt traits. She has 1 scheme, 1 attack, and 17 hit points. She is villainous and victory 1. Both her scheme and attack have a force interrupt. When Joystick activates against you, choose. Either give her 1 additional boost card for this activation and draw 1 card, or give her a tough status card. And she comes in with 4 boost icons.
Yikes!
Whoa. Okay.
All right.
So you get a little risky here with her.
Yeah, there's 2 interesting numbers. 4 boost, which is something we might see, but that is a lot of boost card boost. But 17 hit points. That's a lot of health.
Yeah, Thunderbolts are tough.
And they don't care about scaling for player count.
No, they do not.
Wow.
Yeah. So if we remember back to our Citizen V show, we did talk about right? The environment where everyone starts with a Thunderbolt. When you damage one, they engage you, and then the one will return and get healed. They all end up having guard, so she has 17 hit points with guard. Yeah, we're gonna see that as a theme going through here with this high health with guard, which is what's gonna keep Citizen V alive.
Wow. Okay. Now there's a card draw and a hand size +1 kind of thing to her kit here. I'm curious about that. Well, first, I love that when she activates, you get this risk reward of I'll take another card for her to get her second boost. That's kind of cool.
Always take a card draw, right?
Heroes. Yeah. That's what we say, right?
Yeah, players should always take the card. Yep.
But I'm curious why this is kind of part of her identity in the game. Like, I think we should talk about it at the end, like after we talked about the side scheme and stuff. But I guess as a risk reward kind of person, maybe that's an adrenaline junkie. I don't know, but let's
stick around, listeners. You'll find out what we think at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
if Scott, we think it all.
Scott, why don't you give us the next card?
It's technically not a joystick. It's an energy truncheon. It is an attachment, a tech weapon attachment with the text attached to joystick, otherwise attached to the villain. It has an asterisk, a +1 attack with an asterisk. Attached enemies attacks gain piercing. So they're a bludgeoning weapon made of energy that grant piercing. Valkyrie Spear won't give it, but an energy truncheon will.
Yeah, I'm pretty I'm really mad about this right now.
The concussive force beams here is like Cyclops eye beams. So
yeah,
coming from the same punch dimension, maybe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You're not saving this one for me.
It's like how what's her face? Titania, that Titania one we talked about from Loki gets piercing, right? She just hits so hard. So hero action. Attached enemy attacks you. After this attack, discard this card and draw one card. It has 2 boost icons. So that's to get rid of it. So it sticks on the villain or on joystick until you take this action in which the enemy attacks you, either the villain or joystick. And after the attack, you're going to discard the attachment and you get to draw a card. So it has that same dynamic of something bad, but also you get something good.
Yeah, and there are 2 of them, which is good because she has 2 of them.
That's right, 1 in each hand. And she can have both.
I don't know how often you're going to try to clear it. Maybe. I guess if it's on the villain.
I guess if you...
It's a real cost, I think, to get rid of that. You know what I mean? Like being attacked is a real cost, I think. So.
But it does give you a card.
It does.
It's going to give you 2 cards if you play it right.
Yeah. There's 2 of them. Yep.
So if you're going to if you just want to ditch one of your allies and
I was going to say
throw a weakling in front of it, it's a way to draw 2 cards.
This is Little Girl giving you 2 cards on her way out.
3 cards. It could be 3 cards if they're both attached to joystick. You can take the option to give the extra boost and draw a card from her, and then get the extra cards from both of the truncheons. So you can get for sacrificing a measly ally.
No, you have to trigger each.
You have to take 2 attacks.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Each card twice. Each card by itself. Yeah.
But boy, I like how you think, Chris.
That's what the allies are there for. Just throwing them under the bus.
That's right. That's where we like to see those allies go.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Who are you playing for, Daniel? That's confusing here with this Thunderbolt stuff. Yeah.
I'll tell you who I'm playing for, Steve. I'm playing for keeps.
Oh, all right. Tell us about it.
I don't even think you meant that segue and you nailed it.
It was perfect.
But, try keeping up.
So 6 years of that podcast.
All right. Yeah. So playing for keeps is Joystick's signature side scheme. Comes with 2 boost icons. Comes with 3 threat per player. Each identity gets +1 hand size. Force interrupt when an enemy activates. Give it 1 boost card for that activation, in addition to any other boost cards it gets. How much is that hand size worth to you, folks?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Every enemy, though, like minions, everything. So
and every activation, so scheme or attack.
Yeah.
The scheme is the brutal one because you flip down thinking, oh well, I can handle 1 scheme, but then when everybody gets a boost card, it's like, well, you can't flip down in solo.
Yeah. Every minion gets villainous with this out.
Yeah. when your weapons runner is suddenly scheming for 3. Yeah, no, but again, it's like, how much is it worth to you?
Yeah,
These
I mean,
cards,
there's some
extra
risk
cards.
there. There's some risk to that. So,
but how much risk?
I mean, maybe the Hulk is okay with this. I don't know.
how much risk, Scott? There's some extreme risk to it.
Nice.
And that is our 4th and final card. That's mine. It's a treachery. There are 2 of these cards. When revealed, find Joystick and reveal her. If she's already in play, she engages you. Joystick activates against you. If no enemy activated this way, this card gains Surge. It has 2 boost icons and a special boost, which reads, you may give the activating enemy an additional boost card. If you do, draw 1 card. Okay, it goes and fetches Joystick, puts it into play, engaged with you, and then she activates. And there's card draw on the boost, which is apparently on theme for her.
Yeah.
But it's got 2 boost icons already.
Yeah.
So you're getting at least 2 plus whatever else you get. Like,
yeah, I mean, she has 2 boost icons on every card in her set, plus, well, herself, but that's not gonna work. But yeah,
like you're taking some risk if you take that boost, that draw card. I've been playing with her, and there have been times where I was like, I shouldn't have taken the card. After a while, I learned to not always take the card, despite the the saying.
I think I might just take the card she gives me just for attacking me.
Right.
You know, like all the other ones, it just doesn't seem worth it, to be honest.
So, Danny, did you want to talk about the whole risk reward coming out?
So,
with
like,
her?
what do you guys think of it? So, well, first I'll start with you, Chris. Thinking about her story, does this seem like a good way to kind of encapsulate her character in the game?
Yeah, I think it's not a terrible way, because I mean, they play her off as just kind of an adrenaline junkie. Doesn't necessarily even care about herself so much. She's just in it for the thrills, the kicks, the adrenaline, everything. She wants it. So I think this kind of conveys that to the player of just, hey, here's this good thing for you. All you got to do is do this little risky move.
All you got to do is get punched in the nose.
Yep. And like Steve, my Colossus deck from Monday, I do this every day of the week. Why? Because I got tough status cards. I don't care.
Unless she's got her energy truncheons out, then she has piercing. Yeah.
That would be a problem for me. But
otherwise, yeah. Okay, so this is our first Thunderbolt we looked at. What do we think in regards to the Citizen V scenario? We like. Do we like this Thunderbolt? Do we not like this Thunderbolt? What do you think?
I think she's great. Almost all of her cards give you a decision point. It's not as simple as just like hitting her till she drops. Like, and I think all of them have that thing when they activate against you, you choose some stuff, right? So
yeah. I
like her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like her too. I mean, other than the side scheme, every card hits. The truncheons either go on Joystick or they go to the villain. The extreme risk has a boost effect. So other than the side scheme, everything hits. And it's how risky do you want to be? How long do you want to keep playing for keeps out to get that +1 hand size? And
right.
I mean,
and in that way, the playing for keeps hits too, right?
Yeah. So these Thunderbolt sets we're going to talk about, you use them in Citizen V, but you're not limited to that. They can be played in any scenario that requires a modular set. So I think when we're all done with these, we may have to circle around and talk about them as a whole, like all 10 of them or something. But I think even on its own, outside of the Thunderbolts scenario, I think this is a fun little modular set because of the decision points it's giving you, because of the boost icons.
I agree. She has a lot of health. I like that. She has more than some of the others. So 17 is pretty high. It's going to help her stick around a little bit longer. She's not the most punishing, but she just is interesting. I think it's an interesting character. That it feels interesting when she's on the table. Like you said, she has cool decision points. She's not super punishing. Sometimes, like we said, you're getting an advantage out of what she's doing. So I do think she's on maybe on the easier side when it comes to the Thunderbolts in my experience. But I think she's great. And I love throwing these into a different scenario when, there's enough cards that will pull her out, right? You have 2 copies of Extreme Risk, which means even if she's not starting in play, in which case you're never going to get that 4 boost off her, because you're playing her with Citizen V, she has a, if you're playing her not with Citizen V, she has 2 cards that are going to go find her and bring her out. Yeah. So I like that. You're probably going to see her during your game. She's going to cause some trouble. You're going to have to, find your way around her, and it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She's got this super dynamic art too. You can tell she's like a parkour enthusiast. The spirit after Batrock's heart. Right.
Yes.
I feel like she and Batrock would get along.
Yep.
Well, and she's very close to our superpose with energy truncheons.
Close.
She's trying. She's trying and playing for keeps as well. She's
yeah. Well, I don't know, but Batrock would like her because in her brief stint with the Thunderbolts, she did help take down Batrock's brigade.
Oh no.
Well,
okay.
Batrock is a Frenchman, right? He might actually be into that.
Yeah, could be.
I know. I think he would. I think he would respect the game.
I think so too. You're right.
This makes you more of a catch for me. Yeah. Oh, see, he just showed up right now. He's still here, actually, in the lair. Well, if you all want to, tell us just how much pain you will take to draw a card, you can email us at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com. We are Critical Encounters on Facebook. You can find our YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Vardane, Lexicon, Meka, and Big Foam Loaf. Now, if you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, you can tell your enemies. Hey, Joystick, take us out.
Anyone can crush a body, but crushing a spirit, that's when you know you've really won.
Oh, she's mean. I like that.
Keeps. Yeah.
At first, like when you first said her real name, Chris, I was excited that you were going to say Jan Lubansky, who lived across the street from me in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Well, sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, I was a little. I mean, it was still a nice Polish name, but like Jan Lubansky, she was the first person I ever played Barbies with. It's great.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, so I'm going to stop recording.